Good evening and welcome to the briefing room. I'm Madhavdas G. Ladies and gentlemen, it's been another fiery debate in Parliament today as two important bills were being debated in both houses of Parliament. The Vande Mataram bill in Lok Sabha and the anti-paper leak bill in the Rajya Sabha. The bill was finally passed in the upper house as well, but not before Parliament witnessed a heated debate over the paper leak bill. And the Congress once again put the focus on police action in the national capital. The Congress argued that the paper leak bill was incomplete and was only brought in for political damage control. The party says the bill will fix nothing and is not a solution to paper leaks, and once again questioned the Home Minister over the police action on the 20th of July.
तो हम साफ कहना चाहते हैं कि मंत्रीगण सामान्यतः उत्तरदायी हैं, जवाबदेह हैं सदन के प्रति, यही तो कह रहा हूं मैं, और यही भारत का संविधान कह रहा है। तो अगर हम कह रहे हैं कि छात्रों पर लाठीचार्ज हुई, छात्रों पर बुलेट फायर हुआ, तो अमित शाह जी आए और जवाब दें।
जब से सत्र शुरू हुआ है तब से यह सिवाय इसके कि हाउस को डिसरप्ट किया जाए, हाउस को बाधित किया जाए और हाउस न चलने दिया जाए, इसी में उनका सारा ध्यान है। और इसके साथ साथ मैंने यह भी देखा है कि विपक्ष मुद्दा विहीन है, हमेशा गोल पोस्ट चेंज करना इनकी आदत है। सरकार की तरफ से मैं एक बात स्पष्ट करना चाहता हूं कि आदरणीय मोदी जी के नेतृत्व में चलने वाली सरकार हर मुद्दे पर चर्चा करने के लिए तैयार है।
However, soon enough tempers flared as Mallikarjun Kharge made a claim in Parliament, what sounded to many as even a threat. The Congress president says that they will drag Amit Shah out of the house. The Union Minister JP Nadda then questioned the Congress president over the use of unparliamentary language. Here's how that face-off played out.
कई बच्चों को आंखों में प्लेट के छर्रे लगे, आंख पे लगे, पीछे लगे। आप सब देखें, सब टीवी में आप बहुत देखते रहते हैं। ये देखकर हमको तो शर्म आई, उनको शर्म आया कि नहीं मुझे मालूम। इसका जिम्मेदार कौन है? इसका जिम्मेदार आप है, होम मिनिस्टर है। बंद कमरे में रह के आप सुन रहे होंगे मेरी बात, लेकिन आप बंद कमरे में रह के बहुत दिन छुप नहीं सकते। एक दिन हम बाहर खींच के लाएंगे, जनता के सामने हम दिखाएंगे इनके देश में क्या है।
सभापति जी, लीडर ऑफ द ऑपोजिशन को हम शांति से सुन रहे हैं और प्रजातंत्र में शांति से सुनना ये हमारी जिम्मेवारी है सरकार की। लेकिन मेरा निवेदन है लीडर ऑफ ऑपोजिशन से कि वह तर्क के साथ भावावेश में न आए और भावावेश में ऐसे शब्दों का प्रयोग न करें जो असंसदीय है। अभी जो उन्होंने एक वाक्य यूज किया वह असंसदीय है, उसे कार्रवाई से निकालना चाहिए और आगे भी आप भावनाओं में न आए।
And it was during this heated exchange that the Congress president decided to drag in Manusmriti. The leader of opposition in Rajya Sabha claimed that Manusmriti is now entering the syllabus, and these comments drew sharp reactions from Treasury benches. Union Minister JP Nadda said the remarks on Manusmriti would only stoke unrest and were not based on facts.
सरकार की नीतियां बार बार उस मनुवादी सोच की याद दिलाती है जिसका उल्लेख मनुस्मृति में मिलता है। सिलेबस जो बदल रहे आप, उसमें ये भी आ रहा है।
जो अभी वक्तव्य लीडर ऑफ द ऑपोजिशन माननीय मल्लिकार्जुन खड़गे जी ने दिया है, उस वक्तव्य से समाज में एक विद्वेष की भावना पैदा होती है। मेरा निवेदन है कि जो उन्होंने कहा है, जहां तक मेरी पूरी जानकारी है, ये तथ्यों से परे है और मनुस्मृति का ओरिजिनल टेक्स्ट उसको ऑथेंटिकेट करे, ये ओरिजिनल नहीं है।
सर, मैं कहना चाहता हूं, बाबा साहब अम्बेडकर की किताब हु वर शूद्रास, चैप्टर नंबर 1, पेज नंबर 1, पैराग्राफ नंबर 3, उन्होंने लिखा है देयर इज नो कनेक्शन ऑफ मॉडर्न डे शेड्यूल कास्ट विद द वैदिक एज शूद्रास। बाबा साहब अम्बेडकर की किताब द अनटचेबल्स, उस पर लिखा है देयर वाज नो अनटचेबिलिटीज मनुजरा। सर, मैंने बाबा साहब को कोट किया है। विलियम जोन्स से पहले की कोई मनुस्मृति अवेलेबल नहीं है। सर, उससे पहले की दर्जनों किताबें अवेलेबल है। सीरिया अवेलेबल है, शाहनामा अवेलेबल है, जहांगीरनामा अवेलेबल है, तजुके बाबरी अवेलेबल है, फतवा फिरोज शाही अवेलेबल है, तबाकत नासरी अवेलेबल है। आई वांट ऑथेंटिकेशन फ्रॉम ओरिजिनल टेक्स्ट। कोई टेक्स्ट अवेलेबल नहीं है, ब्रिटिश टाइम से पहले का कोई टेक्स्ट अवेलेबल नहीं है।
Meanwhile, in the national capital, it was the BJP that upped the ante against opposition over paper leaks. The BJP today staged a protest outside Aam Aadmi Party office, demanding the resignation of the Punjab Education Minister, following the revelations of the cheating case that have come out to the fore. And in fact, that's why we are also asking, can accountability only work one way? Have a look at these instances as well, where paper leaks have taken place. In Himachal Pradesh, it's the HPSSC Junior Office Assistant Exam 2022 that was scrapped. In Jharkhand, the JSSC Combined Graduate Level 2024 exam was scrapped. In Punjab, the BFUHS Pharmacy Officer 2026 exam, it was not scrapped, but there were allegations here as well. And in the centre, while Dharmendra Pradhan has resigned, will state governments also follow suit? Will accountability be fixed in all states as well? That's a question that we're asking this evening. Let's quickly take this across to our guests who are joining us. Shazia Ilmi is BJP's national spokesperson. Shaina NC, Shiv Sena's national secretary, is with us. We also have Brajesh Kalappa, Congress spokesperson. Also with us is Chirag Sethi, Aam Aadmi Party spokesperson. My first question, though, to Brajesh Kalappa is, Brajesh Kalappa, you know, a lot of questions are being raised. The kind of language that was used, for instance, today, you know, dragging Amit Shah out of his office, etc. Is that language really behoving members of parliament? Because even yesterday there was a similar sort of controversy about the kind of language that was used by the leader of opposition in the Lok Sabha.
Madhav, I think over a period of time, we have learned, I think it's been over 75 years of the Indian independence, and we have learned not to deify politicians. Politicians are here to achieve a purpose, and they're ultimately the servants of the people, right? And in fact, it is Honorable Prime Minister Modi who said he's a Pradhan Sevak and not a Pradhan Mantri, right? So I don't think any politician ought to be deified and ought to be kept in the sanctum sanctorum, and nothing should be spoken about them. They're too above everything and all that, right? So I think as far as speaking about the Home Minister, certainly there are some serious allegations against him. Not just the bomb blasts in Pulwama, not just in Pathankot, not just in Pahalgam, but also the fact that, you know, there have been a series of incidents which have happened, and whether it's the lathi charge and the attack on the students, pellet guns and AK-47, what have you. So I think the Home Minister ought to speak up. He can't say that.
I'm not taking away. I'm not for a moment, Brajesh, saying.
Remain out of that.
Once again, Brajesh, I think you've got my question wrong. I am not for a moment saying that opposition should not question the government. That is not at all my charge. We've done many stories where the government has been questioned, and we've had those debates. The simple point is, when opposition chooses to question the government, for instance, rather than saying yesterday that Amit Shah ordered the shooting of the students, holding the Home Minister accountable, saying that why has the Home Minister not given a statement, or today saying that why does Amit Shah not come to the House and respond, those are valid questions. But when you make sweeping statements that are not based on facts, when you make statements where the BJP will say that this is a call to violence, for instance, aren't you taking away from the opposition's right to ask questions or the manner in which those questions should be asked? Brajesh.
No, honestly, I don't understand what you're asking, Mother. But anyway,
my point is,
I could offer
is it correct to say that you'll drag Amit Shah out of the office?
A person ought not to be deified? No, I think, see, there are situations where a leadership must be displayed and shown, right? And these are those situations. If both Mr. Amit Shah and the Prime Minister have chosen to wash away their hands and say that, look, these are times when leadership ought to be displayed, but I have no leadership and therefore I'd like to hide in my chamber. It's really left to them and for the public to make a decision regarding their leadership abilities. But at times like this, at critical times like this, where the country is really looking for answers, when Parliament is looking for, you know, some kind of, guidance, some kind of light to be thrown, if the two top people decide to stay in their chambers, confined to their chambers, and watch the proceedings on television, then it's really left to their own wisdom. Okay. And one can only feel sorry for the wisdom that they are displaying.
Let me put that question across to the BJP spokesperson. Shazia Ilmi, at a time like this, We are seeking accountability. It is for the Prime Minister, the Home Minister to come out and give a statement. And these statements are only to evoke a response from the government on a very sensitive issue. Your response to Brijesh?
I mean, Brijesh Ji's answer and reply is truly appalling. Instead of actually saying and calling out his own leader for using such poor language, bad choice of words, that also in the parliament, and using words, threatening language of intimidation, saying resign or we will drag you out, which is clearly not the language of democracy. It is the language of blackmail, coercion and hooliganism. Instead of talking about his leader and apologizing for what he said, he is talking about that we cannot deify. Nobody's asking you to deify anybody, but you can't denigrate anybody and you can't insult anybody. And you have no business blackmailing anybody either. Secondly, and more importantly, you're talking about dignity of the House. What are the two senior leaders doing? You had 3 full days. And what did your team, I mean, Rahul Gandhi and Priyanka Gandhi come up with? A bunch of lies, such poor research, no details, using of unparliamentary language, some random tirade of idiot and andhbhakt and students, so to speak, which even he couldn't fathom. And then you're insulting students and saying the students are actually scared of BJP. Then you're lying about firing on students, which actually, and then lack of knowledge about public administration. Clearly, he knows nothing about anything. And not just that, it is so shocking that you make such serious allegations without any evidence. You're saying that Rahul Gandhi is claiming that, Home Minister traveled abroad. Was Rahul Gandhi talking about himself or the Home Minister?
Okay, so quick response from Brijesh and then go across to others. Brijesh, quick response. Many of those claims are unsubstantiated and wild allegations. Respond to Shazia.
No, if they are unsubstantiated, then who has to speak, Madhav? I ask myself the question. These are allegations seriously being made against both the Prime Minister and the Home Minister. Who has to speak? Somebody has to either speak on their behalf if they don't display leadership, or they have to themselves come and display the leadership that the country has vested on them.
Okay.
What are you saying? Haven't you been watching the parliament? Haven't you heard Jitendra Singh, Kiren Rijiju, Rajnath Ji all there speak day after day? So I don't understand. I mean, Priyanka Gandhi talks about 152 paper leaks. She has no paper whatsoever. She talks about 750 crore students. I mean, just shows how badly off these siblings are. They have no idea, basic general knowledge, basic understanding of the population of the country.
Okay, let me bring in the other panelists now. In fact, let me bring in Chirag. Chirag, criticism, of course, is important. Let's go one by Brijesh and Shazia, just a second. There are two other spokespersons who have not even made the opening comments. Allow them to come in now. Chirag, simple question that is being posed is this. Of course, parliamentary debate is necessary. Of course, accountability is necessary. And action has also been taken to the extent that the minister resigned last Saturday. We have seen the bill now being passed, which has very, very stringent provisions. At a time when the bill was the ultimate requirement, at least that is what the students at least wanted, or the government decided to implement to prevent such actions from taking place. A, the focus from the bill was diverted, and B, the unparliamentary language being used became the focal point of the debate. Chirag.
Madhav, first of all, you started with a statement that paper leak happened in Punjab. Again, on record, I'm saying no paper leak happened in Punjab. The Chief Minister has spoken, the ministers have spoken. Once again, but
there are multiple paper leaks in Punjab, sir.
Again, I'm telling you.
Why were exams cancelled then? Please tell me. Why were the exams cancelled?
Which one? Because there was some administrative lapse. There was a pharmacy exam where cheating was happening. But did you see any video from Sandeep Singh where UPTET, Lekpal exam, UP board exam, UPP police constable exam, Madhya Pradesh recruitment board, Patwari exam, nursing recruitment, Barkatullah University BBA exam? Did you see anyone from Rigapa Jadeja in Gujarat where you see the final year BCom exam leak, forest guard recruitment, junior clerk recruitment, Haryana, Maipal Nada? Did you see any video from Maipal Nada for police constable, HPSC class 12th exam, HPSC TET exam? No videos. We told you, the CM also spoke, the minister also spoke. We are asking about the accountability. You are saying we have made fast track courts. What happened to Sanjeev Mukhia? 2024, you were there were big articles in the news that we have caught the mastermind. The CBI gave him a clean sheet. So fast court tracks, you're making fast court tracks so that you can, these people like Sanjeev Mukhia get bail earlier. You're making this NTA में क्या हुआ? NTA में
Okay,
किसी को
Chirag, allow me now. Allow me now to come
Just
back to
one second.
Punjab.
Just let me.
No, you can, sir. You can ask questions of the ruling party. I have absolutely no problem. But please take some questions about Punjab first. I'm reading out from the Indian Express's report of the 2023 incident. A class 12 English paper was leaked. The exam was cancelled. 185 students reportedly had to appear for the examination a third time after being given the same leaked question paper again. There are multiple such examples. In fact, the BJP has gone out to talk about a class 10 exam paper being leaked as well. Bhagwant Mann and Arvind Kejriwal may say that there is no leak, but the BJP is going hammer and tongs saying, what about accountability at the state level? Shouldn't there be a uniform parameter then?
Madhav, that English exam, the only thing was the paper was taken out of the locker 30 minutes before. That's it. There was no leak again, I'm saying, and I'm saying it on record. If somebody is saying that the paper was leaked, the Punjab police will take their action. That's okay. That's not a problem. BJP is the party of propaganda. BJP is the party of propaganda. मैं पूछ रहा हूँ ना, संदीप सिंह, रिबावा जडेजा.
How is this fair? Chirag, if the central government takes police action against people who are protesting paper leak at the central level, you say that's police excess. What you are threatening is also then police excess.
No, I'm not threatening.
Of course, you just said that if people have a problem, your police is going to take action. What is that if it's not an open threat?
Saying, if you want after the...
Please don't make open threats on this debate. Nobody is going to be intimidated. Either by the centre or any state government for that matter, Chirag Sethi. Please, this is not the way to debate.
Accountability from any other minister.
Of course, this is exactly the point. Seeking accountability of Dharmendra Pradhan, if it is justified, your governments are equally elected by the people. They are also equally accountable. Or are they above everyone else?
Who is the education minister from Madhya Pradesh? That's it. That's a simple question.
So only your political rival should resign. You will never take accountability. Is that it?
If something will happen, we'll be the first one. Health ministry, हमारे health minister से corruption.
China NC. Okay. We have heard you, sir. We have heard you. Madhya Pradesh, I think it was Rajasthan, Gujarat that he mentioned. All these BJP-run states, there are paper leaks. There should be action there. Nothing, no paper leak has happened in Punjab. China NC.
Firstly, I think we should focus on the solutions. Instead of constantly debating on what happened, what transpired, yes, of course, there was a protest, an entitled protest. The police, of course, took law and order and maintained it and had to do so in accordance. I think that, we can keep on talking about our Gen Z who was hurt in the protest, very unfortunate in those cases, but the police have also been hurt maybe 3 times over. Having said that, I think that, Rahul Gandhi today should give up the title of leader of opposition and he should use the title as leader of propaganda. All they have done as the opposition is to politicize the students' issues. If they were really standing tall for reforms, then the agenda would only be the anti-paper leak bill, and whether it's fast-track courts or ensuring stricter punishment to ensure there are no lacunas in the system, that would have been the agenda. However, look at the whataboutery. You have Priyanka Gandhi, Rahul Gandhi constantly targeting the Home Minister, the Prime Minister, RSS, experts who are part of a committee which are independently looking based on their own individual criteria and credentials as IITian scientists, etc., are being brushed off as suggested that these are RSS people and they are only here for lip service. So I think the reality is that one hand there are theatrics, photo ops, which the opposition has very calmly manipulated as if it's their narrative. But if they wanted to be part of the solution, they would discuss the core issues which address the issues of the youth and the student movement. And especially in Parliament, you want a full debate? Yes, welcome it. But you have not moved beyond police brutality at Jantar Mantar. And instead of addressing the fact that both sides, if there are wrongdoings by the protesters,
how is accountability going to be fixed? The government has not even announced a panel. We don't know how accountability is going to be fixed for the police brutality.
Trying to suggest that, the Home Minister and the Prime Minister are responsible. You have been the ones who have stalled Parliament for 4 days.
No, Shaina, if they are not responsible, then who is responsible? Is it an official of the Delhi Police? Is it an official of the RAF? At least there should be some form of statement. The point is this happened on the 20th. We are about 10 days past the incident. At least there should by now be some clarity on what has transpired so that people can move on. And perhaps next week we can debate other issues in Parliament. Should that not be the case?
No, Madhav, what are we suggesting? We are suggesting when a bill is being tabled, you're talking about reforms, you come up with a youth actually only wants transparency, accountability and answers to their questions. They are not interested in even disrupting parliament, but as the opposition has its double standards, it stands totally exposed.
Okay.
I would only want to say that if you want real discussions to happen, then you need to be a part of the systemic endeavor, which is to discuss, deliberate.
Okay.
But Rahul Gandhi's below-the-belt comments...
I think my question still remains unaddressed, but I will ask Brajesh one question. On the same vein that I asked a question of the AAP spokesperson, Brajesh, and I certainly hope you will not be answering this by threatening to unleash police on some of our panelists, etc. I'm just going to cite 3 instances. One, in Jharkhand, there has been a JPSC paper leak. BJP MPs have been protesting on that. In Telangana, there has been a 2026 agriculture question paper leak and a 2025 SSC Telugu paper leak. In Karnataka as well, there is an allegation of an SSLC preparatory exam where there was a leak reported on Tuesday for class 10 students. The question is that the same principle of accountability, and perhaps rightly so, applies to Dharmendra Pradhan. Why should that principle then not apply in all these states ruled by the Congress party? Brajesh Kalappa.
The answer is very simple, Madhav. If students have been on the streets for over a month and at the end of the month they have been able to get the resignation of Dharmendra Pradhan, let BJP display similar stamina. Let them go to the states and raise these issues. Let them, if you're speaking consistently about Punjab, let the BJP go to Punjab. If they want to do something in Karnataka, let them display similar stamina.
They are on the streets.
I don't think they should.
They were actually outside AAP headquarters today. We just played out those visuals, Brajesh.
1 minute. I don't think they should. 1 minute. I don't think they should subcontract their work to the media so that the media asks these questions. I think if they are going to do serious work as a political party, then I think let them go and do it. Let the people have come to the conclusion. Let the people assemble on the streets.
Okay.
And of course, let them get...
Shazia, answer that question. Why aren't you hitting the streets in protest in all of these states? Whether Karnataka, whether Punjab, whether it's other states like Jharkhand. Respond to Brajesh.
Punjab is doing exactly this. Brajesh ji, your party in Punjab, Bajinder Singh Waring, is doing exactly this. Akalis are doing the same. So they're talking about these issues, and BJP, of course, is doing this. And nobody can, running away from the issue will not matter, will not change anything. I just want to remind Brajesh ji, I'll come to you later, but Naik Tehsildar exam, PPSC conducted the recruitment exams of 78 vacant posts of Naik Tehsildar. I'm talking about Punjab. 42,000 appeared. There were allegations of cheating, irregularities and rigging. And when Aam Aadmi Party tries to be too clever by half and says, oh, they were fine, they were not actually leaks. They were just cheating and stealing and theft. It's the same thing. There was no transparency and there was cheating. Let me remind him. Class 12th exam, it's already been spoken about. Madhav brought it up. PSTET 2023 exam, totally rigged.
All right. I'm sorry I have to interrupt because we're totally out of time. But the question is very simple. The question is the principle of accountability. It applies to all elected governments everywhere. And that principle has to be applied uniformly. Is the simple submission that I'm making today. If there are paper leaks happening at the state exam level, those paper leaks also have to be accounted